How to burn the midnight oil to get what you want. Say supersize your business, for example. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. This is the closest I could get to an oil lamp. I didn't go dig through the camping gear to find an oil lamp, but I had this little nightlight, camping nightlight, in my house, and so I thought that would represent the midnight oil. This idiom, this expression, is of course from the times when oil lamps, and actually before that even candles, were used to light the way for nighttime activities. Anything you wanted to do at night gets dark at night, right? You need some kind of a light source. This was before electricity was invented, and so people would use candles. They'd walk around with candles, and then they would use and burn the midnight oil. Literally means, I think the word is, let me look it up, elucibrate, meaning to light. It actually means to work by the side of the candle. Francis Quarles is credited with documenting this in 1635, although it was published in 1623 when the word elucibrate, I have never used that word obviously, was used to describe working by candlelight, working by at nighttime in the dark using candlelight. What are some other ways to describe this expression? What does it mean? It actually means to work hard, to be putting forth extra effort, so much so that you have to work outside of daylight hours. You have to continue to work even when it's dark out. I'm sure many writers and many people and many tasks were performed at candlelight or with the use of oil lamps, when oil lamps were put in people's houses prior to electricity. So what are some other ways of saying that? There's actually 353 plus ways, if you Google it, to say burning the midnight oil. Some of the most popular ones are to bear down, to cram, to do double duty, to work overtime, to work to do overtime, to study, to work day and night. 24/7 is probably the most popular way of using this expression or expressing what this means today. People say, oh, I work 24/7, or I work 120-hour weeks, or whatever they say, to describe that they're working hard. Well, how does this help you get what you want? I know people don't like to think about it and don't like to tell you, but anything you want in life is going to require some sort of effort on your part, either energy, thinking, creating, putting forth work. The word effort and work really mean the same thing. What we put into things is what we get out of them. And so what we put into our school, like, did you ever have to cram for an exam or stay up all night to study for a final or to complete a project, a group project or something? In our work, I had a boss who loved to create these super complicated what-if scenarios for all of us department heads, and he would want the answer and our response to these what-if scenarios by the time he met with his boss the next morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, which meant every single one of us department heads had to stay super late, usually all night, in order to get him all of the information that he needed to look good in front of his and also our one level up boss. We call those what ifs, and for the longest time I just really was turned off by what if scenarios. And if people would approach me and say, well, what if we do this? I'd be like, what if we find another way to phrase it than what if? Because it had such a negative connotation and negative experience. I was, working really, really hard. I was the only woman in this company, and I was pregnant for part of the time. And so it was just not fun to stay up all night and do these what if scenarios. But we did them because we want to keep our jobs, right? Fun things. Some fun things we don't mind burning the midnight oil for, right? There's lots of activities, adventures and camping and traveling and all kinds of things that we'll stay up all night in order to do. Our hobbies. For most of us, music, art, sports, a lot of things are just hobbies because we're not good at them to be good enough at them to be professionals, but we love doing them. I don't know about you, but I spent many a night reading all night or on the computer all night once the internet was invented, and doing things, artistic, crafty, painting, project things that I loved doing, but they were just hobbies of mine. We also need to realize that we need to burn the midnight oil sometimes when we're building and supersizing our business. Why? Because another shocker of information that takes some of us longer to realize than others is that nobody in our business is ever going to work harder than we do working on our business, unless of course you give them an equity share or an ownership share, right? Some kind of a way to be business owners as well. People that are business owners work a whole lot harder than the other people in the business because no one's going to work harder on our business than we are. And that's just the way it is. People want to build their own dream. They don't necessarily want to build our dream. Unless we're an awesome leader and we get them excited and engaged in the process, and we treat them really, really well, and we, let them grow and become and develop who they want to be within our organization. But the fastest, easiest way to get buy-in and ownership is to pick the right team of people and then make them a part of the company, make them a part of the business. And most small business owners I know are really reluctant if they'll ever do that at all, because they're afraid they're losing a piece of their baby. They have so much vested interest in their business. But if you really want to grow and supersize and build your business fast, the fastest way to do that is to get more than just you working on the business. And you can hire people to work in your business, but it's pretty hard to hire them to work on your business and feel like it's in their best interest to grow you and make you a fortune, right? People are motivated by different things, but seldom are they motivated by making their boss rich. Usually they just need the money to support their own lifestyle that they earn from their job. So love to know your experience with burning the midnight oil. I actually burned the midnight oil last night. With my granddaughter, she was up a good part of the night. Her parents were out, so I was up late. And I'm definitely paying for it today. I'm definitely tired today, but that's all right, because little humans are definitely worth burning the midnight oil for. That's one I didn't even mention. Parents, hello, we all know that we burn the midnight oil sometimes. Sometimes your kids are sick, or heaven forbid, they stay out all night without letting you know, and then you're burning the midnight oil worrying. I guess I don't want them to be sick either, so the older I get, the less I am a fan of staying up super late and burning the midnight oil, mainly because I'm a morning person, and I get more done in the morning than I do late at night, when my energy is waning. All right, have an awesome day. Share in the comments below your experience with burning the midnight oil, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting business-related idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how can you use it to grow and supersize your business right now, even during a pandemic? All right, have an awesome day. Bye.